Over the course of your life, you will come across many different types of women. Some will test you to see if you're worthy for their love, while others might submit to your will right away. Some might even constantly bother you about useless stuff that you don't care about. But as a man, you must learn to maintain your masculine frame confidently and to not lose composure. Your ability to hold your masculine frame confidently will decide if you'll be regarded as a leader or a follower. Your dating life, social life, career, and even your athletic abilities will see some major benefits because you'll be able to stand up for yourself and be direct in your confrontations. This confidence is what separates a high-value man from the average, weak, and a low-value man. Both can say the same thing, but the confidence of the high-value man will have a completely different reaction from people. That's what we'll focus on in this video. How can a man maintain his masculine frame and act confidently around women? We'll be discussing 6 main methods that you can start practicing right now. Number 1. Consider it a game. Try to think of your interactions with females as a game. When talking about women, they mostly, if not always, rely on their appearance and looks. They have it significantly easier when trying to find a partner as compared to men who have to rely on their skills, financial status, and respect to win a partner. Of course, a well-toned body will help, but the experience of life is something more significant. If you've ever seen a girl with an older man, like almost a decade older, she'll tell you that she likes him because of his experience and how mature he is compared to other men. This is an example of a man who has mastered his masculine frame. Remember, with experience comes a great deal of responsibility, and if you're not able to take that responsibility, then you'll lose your frame. It is an obvious fact that if you want to win a woman, you tell her what she needs to hear. And what do most women want to hear? Words of determination from a confident man, like, "I can do that." Women admire men with confidence because they provide a sense of security. She knows that a man who's relentless and determined in his goals will find the solutions to her problems, and that alone is the biggest turn-on for women. Number 2. Testing your partner. Women often tend to test a man before they decide if they want to date him or not. They purposely put you in situations in order to get a reaction out of you, so they can judge you on that basis. If she hasn't heard a great deal about you from her other friends, she'll definitely put you up for a few tests before she decides to date you. But on the contrary, if you're already famous in her friend circle, she would be less likely to test you because she's already made up her mind to become intimate with you. And also, since it's evident that she needs you, playing her little evaluation games would only push you further away from her, which she wants to avoid. Now, what are the most common tests that women play on men? More often, she'll call you a playboy, or maybe insult you by calling you short. She says these silly things in order to judge your reaction to that situation. Most women do this subconsciously, without even realizing. The only thing to keep in mind during such situations is to never take her words personally, or she'll change her mind and walk away. Don't let her get in your head, and maintain your composure. Number 3. Don't waste your time regretting the past. The one thing men realize very late in their lives is to stop regretting the past. They need to learn to avoid those bad emotions by simply moving on from a bad breakup or rejection. The sooner you do that, the better it would be. Rejection is part of the game and should be considered as such. It isn't the be-all and end-all of your dating life. As you grow older and reach your 20s, you should prepare yourself, since females in their early to mid-20s make themselves extremely hard to get. And rightly so, since it's the finest point of their lives when they have the best looks and they're full of dreams and visions. They end up getting married upon reaching their late 20s, while men tend to grow and learn vital skills instead of settling down. So if you are a teenager, keep in mind that you have much to learn, and you need to experience life in order to become more knowledgeable and wise. Number 4. Groom and dress the finest. This isn't saying that you should start acting like a fashion model or those you often see on Instagram. Reality is significantly more different and challenging. Don't waste your time trying to make up excuses for your looks, such as complaining about your height or skin, What matters most is that you dressed and groom yourself to look as fine as possible. When you look and dress the best, you'll have the confidence to deal with anything or anyone, especially women. So start focusing on your looks more. If you're short, start lifting weights, which will not only reward you with a masculine physique, but also help in avoiding a lot of health issues. Number 5. Your dating life has a domino effect. We just talked about how being famous among a girl's friend circle would guarantee intimacy. Now there's one more thing that I'd like to add. You may have heard about men that ended up cheating on their girlfriend's friends. That's mostly because their girlfriends just can't keep it to themselves about how great their intimate life is going. They end up gossiping a ton about their boyfriends, which makes them more desirable to their friends. And that is what we call a domino effect. Now that's no excuse to cheat on your girlfriend and break your vows. A high-value man's entire life is based on fighting the evil within himself. Temptations such as momentary pleasure mean nothing to him, and he values his partner much more. Number 6. Embrace the abundance mindset. As a man, you will face rejection. There is no doubt about that. But you need to be mentally strong enough to be able to move past that and stop stressing over what could have been. Never wait for a woman who rejected you. It will only make you more miserable and desperate. A high-value man is never desperate for anything, especially when it comes to women. Now, I know it's easier said than done, especially if you're going through a tough breakup. But you need to slowly get back on your feet and realize that you're missing on a life full of opportunities and pleasures. The only way you'll be able to impress women is to stop stressing over the past and to bring back that strong masculine frame. Maybe even your ex will start to take notice of you again, and she'll tell herself that she didn't know you were that interesting. This is called the abundance mentality, which men need to learn. Women know they have an entire pool of men to choose from, so they don't care. But men also need to realize that if they play their cards right, they also have tons of options. And the more options you start to create for yourself by confidently upholding your masculine frame, you'll attract more women in your life than you've ever had before. That was it for this video. If you want more content like this, be sure to hit subscribe. Why not like the video too? It will greatly help the channel. Peace out.